And hello and welcome back, everyone, to another Full Self session. And honored to have a reoccurring guest once again for the third time.
Recurring nightmares, more like it.
It's definitely been electric. There's definitely been a few storms we've navigated through, so
For sure.
in times it has been a nightmare, but still in my eyes a blessing, dude. Always an honor to be able to sit down and talk to you about music and just catch up overall. Everyone, Chicago's very own Alex of Old Joy.
Yeah, every time, this is how you get me to hang out. Every time I'm back in the city,
Yeah.
I come do a session.
Yeah.
Speaking of
It's
which,
pretty cheeky of me to do this to my friends.
it's
you know?
very easy to get me in a room if you say, you come over and play guitar and I'll film you and you
Yeah.
can talk about music.
Hell
Pretty
yeah,
easy
brother.
So you got some good friends that are
Yeah.
willing to do it. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, man. To be honest, like bringing it back, like you were one of the very first. Oh, speaking of which, dude, very first people to come on rock radio, and I just remember the opportunity right when you dropped freaking that excellent freaking tape. Why am I
Trash Your Life.
Trash Your Life? Which what more fitting than during the great hiatus than to release Trash Your Life. And somewhere along that collection, I still have the collection's looking a little all over the place, but I still have your drawings. Because on that one specifically, you decided to print the lyrics. And I thought that was really fitting and really appreciated that.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
Gave me something to do, write them all out. Yeah. Speaking of which, it's Full Self now? What inspired the name change for y'all?
So Full Self Sessions, going forward for me is just I'm still doing rock radio. So rock radio is still going under Rock Radio USA. With Full Self, it's honestly, brother, like kind of right around that time, like in the great hiatus era. Like for me, that's when I was kind of just like, dude, I have to write a song a day. Like I absolutely have to just that was something for me that helped me lock in and focus on. And they were shit. Like a lot of them, because I've never as a songwriter put myself through that discipline to keep continually to try it.
Yeah, made yourself write songs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And through a series of events with rock radio and then the people coming on and interviewing people and having people play and perform their songs, I wanted to do more projects. And so that's kind of what at first, obviously, know me from Narwave and then Bloom when I was spelling it BLUOM, which is the first band I ever played with in DIY Shy. But it was a series of okay, now I have to start doing projects. And that's when I kind of started doing the Alone Home, the New Michael, the Two Is, which then started this one is Sacred, back and forth between the name and the acronym. And then the Full Self came to me after I forced myself to write a song, continued to do that. But this time, in 2023, I was I'm going to release a song no matter what every other week.
Sometimes a little harder even
and
than
so
just writing.
when I did it too much, my brain broke and it brought me to the Full Self. So another band name was born out of the Full Self, and then I was like, dude, Full Self Sessions.
Yeah, makes sense.
Even more so.
Yeah.
And I liked it because it was I like the feeling of bringing your full self to the table, your full authentic self. It can mean so many things, and it's more community based. The Full Self to me is all of us in this together.
Yeah,
type
for
vibe.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm desperately trying to find all the pieces of my full self and get them here for this session.
We all are.
Yeah, but that's cool, man. Yeah, you stay super busy, which is admirable. It's important as a creative person, I think, to keep giving yourself goals because no one else cares enough to give them to you.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough to be as hard as I was on myself. Like sometimes I think it's just dumb. Like don't be too mean to yourself. It's never worth it. Have some compassion. But as an artist, I'm sure you might, there's sometimes perfectionism, stands can get in the way, and the way you see things. And to be honest, it's something I've been trying to let go of more is expectations when it comes to art.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's like two kinds of perfectionists. There's like the people who are delusional and think that they're super great, and then there are the people who are delusional and think they're super bad, and they're perfectionists in different ways.
I hate to say that I've been both.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's like either, before you do the cocaine or after. But in all seriousness, I really, like, you can self-sabotage so easily by thinking, like, nothing is ever good enough to put out, and then you never put anything out, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of, like, now I have nothing to show, so I really am terrible. But then you kind of build up this weird feeling of, like, but look at all this amazing unreleased stuff that I have. If only people heard how good I really was, then they would respect me or whatever. So... yeah, I have a lot of experience of like sitting on shit and not releasing it, and I think maybe more to do with just being lazy than a perfectionist, but they're all rationalizations, especially since no one cares anyway. That's what I'm really struggling with is like, I just got to do it. I like making music to make it, and I would prefer if people heard it, and the only way they can is if I release it. So like before, the last time I was here, I had already moved down to Austin, but before I left Chicago in February of last year, I made a couple records. So I have like 3 things that are like done that I need to release just so that they're out there, at all in any form.
So exciting.
It is. And they just, you sit around and think maybe if somebody will want to help me put this out. But at the end of the day, like nobody owes you that or owes you anything. You just got to do it, And I mean, or you don't. But I feel like I should just because I would prefer the things that I make to exist in the wider world than not. So,
no, thank you for sharing that, man. Because definitely it takes a lot to get your music out. Like it takes a lot of like. At first, like, when you do it, it's like, man, this is weird feeling. Like, I don't know. Like, you don't know how you want to release it. And it's so important to you, especially if you're emotionally attached to it. I remember, like, for me, calling myself out on my own bullshit took me 10 years. Like, I was probably playing or like, working on the I Don't Know, Maybe I'll Figure It Out album for Bloom for, like, years. And, like, so nervous about, like, how am I going to release it? How am I going to do it? Should I try to get it into Best Buy? Like, and that was bad thinking. Like, I had the whole programming thinking, the whole, like, media marketing thinking, like, oh, I want to make it, like, on a Pitchfork type vibe,
well, I mean, that's
like,
not bad thinking necessarily. I mean, that's probably, like, smart thinking. It's just, like, how much, it's just different levels. Different people are at different levels of how much they need to think about that.
Yeah, true.
But it is a kind of work that you don't necessarily, some people don't necessarily find fun. If you're just making music, it's a very different type of work that you need to do to release something, and some people like it more than others, Yeah. So.
Bringing it back, man, a little bit, for you specifically, like as a songwriter, when was it that, well, I should say first off, when did you fall in love with music?
Just in general, I mean, probably when I was pretty young, I would say, I think
the Chumbawamba record.
They're actually people don't give Chumbawamba enough credit. They're a fucking amazing band and they're like socialists and super badass. I went on a crazy Chumbawamba kick this past summer and discovered all these amazing songs all I ever knew from them was Tub Thumping, but there's so much more than that.
That's so awesome.
I highly shout out Chumbawamba. Strongly urge you to look them up.
I'm so happy you brought that up, because I'm guilty of thinking that the cover with the baby's face on it for the longest time was like the only thing, until like a year and a half ago on Bandcamp or so, I saw like an article and like actually took some time to read up on who Chumbawamba was.
Sick.
And it blew my mind. I was like, okay, they're the fucking raw, real, legit deal all the way.
No, they really
like
are. And now they all look like they're, like substitute social studies teachers, which is like the coolest kind of older musician vibe to have,
dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of social studies, man, like, if you don't mind, could you bring us back, man? You studied the frickin' World War One, or not? Sorry, Civil War. The Civil War. You were dropping the knowledge.
Was I?
On the first rock radio.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm a big fan of history. I think
I know.
It's interesting because it's just like the story of all the people, you know? It's just the people's story.
Yeah.
And,
dude, I think of you, like, finally getting to explore a little bit with my partner, Liz. Shout out. It's nice to get out to the national parks and, travel the country. But seeing the memorials and, shout out to all that who have served.
Where'd you guys go recently?
It's like breathtaking, dude. Specifically the one, it's over like in the Driftless area, like on the way up to Minnesota, like in the Minnesota area. I'm trying to remember what park it's called. If you don't mind, I'll bring it up on the roundup.
Yeah, that whole area is beautiful.
Because there's this one that had like this giant monument, and maybe we could get into that.
Like a Civil War soldier.
Yeah, maybe we could get into that on the roundup. I'm drawing a blank on that now. But it's always exciting how much like you have a lot of knowledge in that. And wasn't Old Joy, there was some inspiration behind it?
Yeah, Old Joy was a short story that I read when I was in college that they turned into a movie that Bonnie Prince Billy was in, and Yola Tango did the soundtrack for. So terrible search engine optimization on my part, but clearly I wasn't thinking about that back in 2016 when I originally made the band. But yeah, it's a good story. It's it's just like a story about two guys who used to be really good friends, and they haven't seen each other for like 20 years, and they go out to a park and go camping together, and like it's a really like slow burn kind of character study of the way that relationships change and people's priorities change, and the way that like they both have changed, and it's good. The movie's great too. The soundtrack is awesome. I actually saw Yola Tango for the first time last summer in Austin.
Dude, that's awesome.
And that was cool. Or this past spring, actually.
Haven't got the pleasure to see them yet. But
yeah, they're great.
Fucking dope.
Yeah. But yeah, that wasn't any kind of like historical thing, but it is a good story for sure.
Yeah. What got you into the whole war, the Civil War, to begin with?
I don't know. Probably my dad. He would appreciate that I finally bring him up on something like this. But yeah, he took me to Gettysburg when I was really young with my brother, and it was just interesting. It's easy to get into stuff like that when you're a kid because you just think like that it's cool, like guns and uniforms and battle tactics and all that. But as you get older, you realize that you already know a lot about that kind of stupid nerd minutia, but then you learn the more raw kind of real stuff as well. I think the thing that I like more about history now is thinking of the human beings behind all of these historical events, because they were just fucking people, doing things, and everybody kind of idolizes stuff and turns it into like a thing, like a statue or whatever, but they're just people, and they were just making choices, and then that eventually got written down. And like historiography is a whole different thing, like the study of how people study history and write history. That's a whole different ballpark. But if you just take the stories that we know and can agree on based on evidence at face value, there's enough there to last you your whole life without learning everything, without even getting into like, can I trust this source, or like, why were they writing? Like, you got to look at your sources' biases and then compare them against your own biases. And, but I'm not a professional historian. I'm just an amateur enjoyer of.
I hear you, brother.
Stories,
and Tennessee is
you know?
beautiful. Fucking gorgeous. Fucking state, man.
I haven't been there in a while, but it is.
Like,
there's a lot of hills and mountains and forests.
Foxes, deer.
I like Memphis.
Sky, stars.
I feel
Memphis
I think
is cool.
I prefer Memphis to Nashville as a city.
Yeah. Nashville, I wish I could say I've had a good show in Nashville, but I still have not. It's been like 3 DIYs and still just stripped down. Like, have not, you gotta hit the strip, and it's way too busy down there.
It's funny you say that, because I had probably my best ever touring show in Nashville and my worst show ever there, both
Sony Falls?
back-to-back nights. No, this was back in the Shiloh days. And we played there at a bar.
Really bringing it back to the Civil War.
Yeah, this was like 2013, which was like our second time we ever booked or did a tour.
Shiloh is the first act I saw you perform.
Yeah, and that was named after a Civil War battle story book.
Wild, dude.
Kind of a
DIY shy history.
I regret my naming decisions of my projects greatly, but it is what it is.
That's part of one of your full
history
selves.
now. Yeah, for sure. That is. He's here in the room with us right now. But yeah,
I remember thinking Shiloh was a cool name back in the early DIY days, 2009.
Everybody either didn't know what it was.
I didn't know that it was a reference to that.
They thought it was like the Beagle story. Like there's one show, like this one show flyer that someone made where like it was our name and then just a picture of a fucking beagle.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Damn.
It's funny. But yeah, we played a place called Springwater Tap there, which I don't even know if it's still there. And not a single person at the show. We played the show with Oshwa, which is another old Chicago band legend.
Shout out. Hell yeah.
And
I'll have to look them up.
They were the only people watching the show. And then we were like their only audience members too. But then the next night we played a show at a Belmont College house show, because Belmont College is like a music school down there. And they had a house show, and it was fucking crazy. It was packed. It was like 300 people spilling out of the basement into the backyard, into the driveway. And so that was really cool and nuts. And then somebody did some blow in one of the bathrooms and started foaming at the mouth. And so then everybody had to leave because someone called the cops, because someone could have potentially really hurt themselves. So I remember furiously breaking down the drums and putting them in the trailer and trying to get out of there pretty fast. So
that's one heck of a night there, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Intense.
And then, driving very dangerously, recklessly through those beautiful hills at night, trying to make it to New Orleans.
But your reckless days, for the most part, are over.
Yeah.
Right?
The only thing I'm reckless about now is purchasing chickens. Recklessly built a fucking chicken coop and recklessly bought
shout
chickens.
Shout out to Chapter. Chapter is a
chicken keeper,
dude. He is, and he holds it down proper. Really does. That's the first time I ever in my life got the pleasure of playing a DIY venue, hanging out, rocking out, and chickens just kind of hanging out alongside the whole crew, and
it's awesome.
A good time, brother.
I will say, in my defense, I think it might be a little easier to keep chickens in Chicago because there's not quite as many predators. Chapter, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but our backyard is fucking dangerous. Like the other day, we have a Ring camera in our chicken coop because we used to have a garage that I had the Ring camera on. No garage in the new house, so the Ring camera's in the chicken coop, and I was watching my girlfriend take the chickens out. And right behind her, this fucking hawk just dive bombed and tried to get him. Didn't get him, but it was a little frightening.
Especially,
we got raccoons back there too. Whole bunch of raccoons, and
those things can be fierce.
Oh yeah,
I have spotted one nearby.
Yeah,
my casa as of lately.
They'll murder the chickens, fucking tear their heads off.
They'll come up to you. I remember seeing it
They're not afraid.
Down the alley, and it will literally just start walking up to you and be like, "What's up? What's up?"
They're very cute though. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to kill a raccoon if it came down to it.
I couldn't.
I find them to be precious.
Yeah, they are little cuties.
Yeah.
speaking of the 3, dude, that is so exciting that you're sitting on that and you've been cooking that up.
Yeah.
Do you have the titles?
I do. Yeah, I can spill a little bit.
Spill a little bit, if you will.
Yeah,
whatever you feel
absolutely.
comfortable with here.
You're probably the only person who
DIT
will ever
shy.
ask me about it, so I might as well, have a grandiose moment. Bring that one of my full selves in. But yeah, I got a little bit of a release plan for the next 2 years. I did send one of them to quite a few labels, but I don't think anyone is down. So,
dude, I'm
on to self-release mode. Mm-hmm. So I'm releasing actually a single next month, which is actually really just an old demo of mine that I am finally getting around to releasing.
You heard it here first.
You're about to hear everything here first. And then I've got a record that I made at home coming out later this year, which is all songs that are like under 2 minutes. They're all wrote them real fast, recorded them real fast. Didn't release them real fast, but I will. I pretty much recorded the bulk of it like the summer before last summer, but now I'm finally getting around to put that out. So it's like maybe 16 songs, but it's all over in like 24 minutes, 25 minutes.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, they're fun.
Sounds like some real punk rock, punk folk, rock poetry to me.
Well, they're only punk in that they're short.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
I do not know what it is yet.
It's that energy for sure.
Okay, cool.
But it's not that like genre.
For sure.
But they're all kind of in like an alternate tuning, so they're chill, Hell
yeah.
And that one's gonna be called Both/And.
Nice.
It's like the opposite of either or.
It's
my
that.
Elliott
Either
Smith
or.
ripoff record.
I love that.
And then next year I'm dropping the big guns. So I made a record with 2 different versions of the Old Joy band. Both lineups were some of the like most talented, crazy, awesome musicians I've ever played with. And that record is called Why Burn Bridges You Can Live Under. And that's kind of like the legit follow-up to Trash Your Life. Full band record.
That's number 3.
Yeah, kind of like a rock record. Power pop, jangly. Sam Larson sang on one of the songs.
You got me jonesing now. I'm fiending, dude. Knowing that exists, I'm starting to get hungry.
Yeah, I'll send you some of it. You can hear it.
Hell yeah. That's so cool. How'd you get everyone together?
Well, I recorded it in fucking 2020, so everyone was still together.
Kind of around the Trash Your Life era?
Yeah, so
Trash Your Life was...
Everything in my life is 3 or 4 years behind where it should be. So I recorded Trash Your Life in 2017.
Okay.
Released it in 2021. I started making Why Burn Bridges You Can Live Under in 2020. Actually, the first day we were in the studio for the first session for it was like the day before COVID shut Chicago down.
Fuck.
So it was already fucked like from the jump. But I worked on that for 2020 and 2021. During that time, the first band I started it with kind of dissolved. I put another band together. We finished it over 2022 and then mixed it the past 2 years. Kiefer at Jam Deck mixed it.
Shout out to Jam Deck, hell yeah.
Yeah, and then Greg Obis at Chicago Mastering mastered it. So that's just done. That's just totally done, ready to go. And then I kind of sent it to some labels, and I don't think anyone really has the like space to take it on. So I'm going to put that out next year. And then after that, I've got this other record that I made pretty much during the same time.
You're saying there's 4?
Well, one's just a single. One's just a single.
Okay, gotcha.
And then there's the at home. Well, actually, there are 4, but
so 4 releases.
There are 4 records. Now I'm forgetting about one, but we don't have to talk about that one. That's another at home one called Greek Fire, which is like mostly acoustic stuff. That one's kind of like a spiritual follow up to Too Sick for School, in that it's songs that I have been working on for a long time, but never got a proper release. So people who have ever come to any of my shows will know songs like, what's that one called? Absolute Regret, or The Queen of Hearts on the River, or fucking You're a Stranger to Me Now. A bunch of like acoustic songs that I've written over the years that never made it on anything.
Word.
Are going to be on that one. And then the last one is one that I kind of recorded during the same time I was recording Wyburn Bridges at Jam Deck. I was doing another record at Palette Sound / Bim Bom with Michael Mack.
Okay.
And that one is going to be called Grand Mall of America. And it's...
dude, yes.
It's like...
Heck yes, dude. I'm sorry. I love Dead Malls.
That one's mostly like just me, pretty much. I'm playing all the instruments.
What inspired the title, if you don't mind me asking?
It's really stupid. So like a grand mal seizure, and then like the Mall of America. It's just a funny name. That's it.
I've been,
but also kind of like
it's massive. And super just capitalism written all over. It's just boom.
Yeah, it's
big
just like
and wide and all you can eat.
That makes me feel sick, put together, so which that record did make me feel sick making it at some points. That one has kind of a wild history, but it was really fun to make. And the songs on there are a little weirder and wackier. Yeah. In terms of the instrumentation and stuff.
Well, right on, brother. Right on. I fucking love you, dude. I love what you're doing. I can't wait because I really appreciate how much care and energy and emotion you've put into your music and throughout the years seeing you grow.
Thanks, you too, man. Same. Absolutely.
It's fucking real, man. So I couldn't be more excited for this new shit.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
I'll send it to you first.
Dude, hell yeah. And maybe we could do some sort of prequel. If not, this will be out and definitely will drop.
Yeah,
the date.
Absolutely.
Are you putting on Bandcamp for?
Everything is going to be out on Bandcamp, and then also all the other stuff too. All the usual suspects. So, yeah. Excellent.
And before we do break away and get to the music portion, do you have any upcoming shows?
No, I pretty much have stopped playing shows just because I'm just super busy. I would love to play shows again, but I just don't have the space for it right now. So this performance will be the first time I've performed since I played a show with Chapter in Austin last July, and that was the last show I've done, really.
Well,
so
maybe we'll find ourselves at another wonderful night at the Burley down the road if you ever
I hope
so happen to swing through Chicago later this year or something. We should set something up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Dude, appreciate you so much. Everyone, if you haven't heard Old Joy yet, please do yourself a favor. All links below. And right about this time, we'll break away and do the music, and then we'll come back for a roundup. Till then, peace, love, rock and roll. Rock and roll. Always.
Thanks, man.
Hell yeah. Love you, dude.
Yeah, you too.
That's how you do it.
Absolute regret never seems to fade, never seems to wane. Man, I feel your pain. Absolute reserve, only meant to serve unlucky, lonely nerves. Man, I feel your hurt. Undoubtedly afraid of getting made. Oh, you should be ashamed. Man, I feel your pain. Absolute reverse never seems to work. It always ends up worse than how it started out. It's always hit or miss. How about hit and run? I feel like having fun. Now who can get me some? Undoubtedly afraid of getting feel your pain.
Thanks, man.
When did you come up with that riff?
Long fucking time ago.
That one's an ancient one?
Yeah, I think that I wrote that when I was like 18. That's like one of the oldest songs I still keep playing. So that one will hopefully go on the Both End record, or the other one.
Okay.
One of the acoustic ones. And this one is on Why Burn Bridges You Can Live Under. And this one's called, what is it called? Everybody Loves You When You Die. It's a freaky thing, scattering your ashes to the wind. When you used to be somebody just like me, you had the hard luck and the hard luck grin. Everything you did, you didn't win, but you tried. Oh my God, you tried. You were just that kind of guy. Now there's an ocean-sized hole in the part of me I call a soul. Sea is wide and the sea is deep, with its secrets to keep. But everybody loves you when you die. Everybody wants to be your friend. Everybody loves you when you're gone. Everybody really loves you then. But past the pity, there's a shitty prize. After everybody tries their eyes, if they recall your face at all, think of you in pretty lies. You got me thinking again. When you died, you made 1,000 friends. Oh my God, how they all loved you. Look at what their love can do. Where were you all? Where were you when they were still alive and still your friend? Oh my friends, it's a little late. You might as well still show hate, 'cause everybody loves you when you die. Everybody wants to be your friend, your best friend. Everybody loves you when you're gone. Everybody really loves you then. Thanks.
thirst that you can never slake. You're taken when you take. You're made of what you make. It's a shadow you can never shake. You fake it till you wake. You're broken then you break. It's a dream you've had every night. Sunburned, screaming down 1,000 flights. Where were you when we were getting high? I was killing time and you weren't far behind. When we lost you, I should have looked away. How can you be gone when I lose you every day? Mortgage spikes and the markets all collapse. Signs say keep off the grass, and God in heaven laughs. Serve or suffer, roll them into one. Love is like a gun that you cannot outrun. Chains that ground you also tie you down. Ditch your itch and smack yourself around. Where were you when we were getting high? I was killing time and you weren't far behind. When we lost you, I should've looked away. How can you be gone when I lose you? I lose you every day.
And hello and welcome back again to the roundup here at Full Self Session, and probably a little bit concerning as to why I didn't bring it up before, but my hair is gone.
Was that self-inflicted?
Just decided to take it upon myself to give myself the old buzz. As you know, sometimes you deserve the buzz, you know, and sometimes it's just time to let go, let that snake skin burn.
I mean, sometimes you give yourself the buzz, and sometimes the buzz gives itself you, or whatever, right?
They do say that. They do say that. Fun fact: my first day at Leahona Academy, when I did get sent to that boarding school in Virgin, Utah. Shout out to the Mormons. That was the first thing they did to me. They sat me down in the chair and they said, "Boy, you are getting the buzz."
Yeah.
And there went all my emo pride and joy. Like, I could hear Patrick Stump singing along, with me as the blades of my, fur fell onto the floor, and I shed a tear with my black nail polish all the same.
They gotta break you down to build you back up, I mean,
It's true. Why it tends to have that flow, the peaks and valley of life.
that's why the Army buzzes you too, You you can't be yourself anymore. You have to be.
Yeah. We need you. Sam needs you.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam needs you.
Isn't there isn't there a catchphrase like "be all you can be"? Just not all your hair. Be bald all you can
Zing! You heard that one first.
be. Be all
That's
you can
great.
bald.
Be all you can bald, and hopefully it's eagle.
Yeah.
There you go. Flying high here.
Yeah.
Speaking of flying high, when's the last time you flew super high?
Is this entrapment? Is this like...
Just like, well, this is just for fun. Like, I know we share similar stories with, addictions and stuff. And I myself am very blessed to have, the grounding of being able to cut out the alcohol.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie, every now and then I do indulge in just kind of that, a little highness.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you had
for sure, man.
yourself some party tricks?
The last time I took any chemicals of dubious legality,
Nice.
shit, I don't even know. Probably, I don't know. I ate some mushrooms with my girlfriend a while ago.
Nice.
I went to the Pride Fest in Austin last June, and
What was that like?
it was chill. It was cool. It was
Cool.
super hot, like warm hot, like temperature wise.
As we drink our hot tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bought some precursor mushroom gummies there, and I ate one that day. That was probably the last time I've actually indulged in anything. I don't really smoke weed anymore.
Yeah.
I barely drink. I'll have beer, a couple beers every once in a while with friends, but yeah, I don't really fly high too much anymh.
There's nothing wrong with kind of flying mid.
Yeah, I fly pretty
flying
mid.
level.
Yeah.
Or flying within the gray scales.
Mhm.
I think last time, if I remember correctly too, you were saying touching base on just kind of just coming to terms with things as they are.
Yeah.
And I know that was really refreshing and rewarding to hear, because at that last year or whenever we spoke, it was I've always pushed myself, but it was really nice to hear that that kind of just that acceptance quality that you had, and kind of I felt like you were observing your music from a different stance, and it was in a way that was very welcoming to what it was down to its core, just accepting for that's enough,
Yeah.
And you doesn't have to be flashy.
Yeah.
And you don't have to push for it anymore, It's
Yeah. That's accurate.
yeah. We also broke down assertive communication, how it's so crucial with being in a band and being honest and transparency and all that jazz, which you've been in some pretty bad breakups, right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. I mean, they're all bad. I hate it when
Every
stuff
band.
ends, but I don't know, man. People are going to do what they're going to do, and you can't control anybody but you. And so the way that I see it, I still would like to be on good terms with everybody, and I'm not going to have a fucking breakdown because people don't want to play music anymore. I mean, people move on, and that's totally fine,
Yeah.
It's not like they're going to play better if I'm not letting them leave or anything. Some things just have a time, and then the time ends, and
Did you ever have contracts with any of the players you were?
Oh God,
playing
no,
with?
dude, no.
It was just cash.
Yeah, I would just
and
pay people what they deserved. Honestly, I paid them less than they deserved just because we didn't make enough for them to make what they deserved.
Night at the Burley's always a bit rough.
Yeah, it was much easier to play solo shows for real. My last year and a half in Chicago was pretty much nothing but solo shows. and it was a lot easier life. In some ways it wasn't as fun, but in some ways it was more fun. So, you know, you can't do certain things when you're playing solo. You can't have certain sounds, but you find other ways to keep people listening, you know?
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah, true. For you down in Texas now, what are some of the things you like to do down there or enjoy, you know?
I have a lot more of like a...
Shout out to Texas.
Yeah, shout out to Governor Abbott, who recently fucking vetoed the weed ban bill down there.
Oh, okay.
It's like when your greatest enemy does something you approve of. I mean, it was an invented problem anyway, but anyway, not to get into it.
That's a whole other can of worms.
But weed is still legal in Texas, so that's cool. That's chill. Or it's not, I don't know what the legal status of it is, but there's a whole bunch of weed stores down there, and no one has to feel unsafe going into them. So, but yeah, I have a very like kind of stay-at-home kind of life now, aside from working a fuck ton. But I like to take walks, hang out with my cat, hang out with my girlfriend, hang out with my chickens.
Yeah.
Go walk to get some gelato, and then walk the gelato off coming back.
And now that you have the house, I mean, you might have to DIY Austin it up at some point if you ever throw a little event together.
It's a big fantasy of mine, but I feel like I don't know.
How are you going to get people from Chicago down there, or vice versa? I'm sure the scene.
Well, they'd have to pay for their own plane tickets, but other than that,
I'll consider this.
The invitation.
I got to take a look at my
invitation
flyer,
is open.
Flyer miles.
It is open. You know?
Cool, brother.
We've got a washer and dryer. No, I was.
Old Joy Fest.
Come on down for sure.
Hell yeah, brother. What are the chickens' names?
We've got popcorn, marshmallow, chicory, and sesame. They're very sweet birds.
Pro tip for performers, artists, creators who are playing events like late night, you know, and like, you know how you're hungry after the show? I've been doing this the last year and a half, I swear, dude. Popcorn. Like when you're super hungry at night, but you just like got riding the high off the show, or like you don't wanna, and then you're tempted to just like, I don't know, whatever it is that you indulge in. Frickin', that's your vice, if you have a vice for food, and just like popcorn.
Yeah,
it's not that bad. It's like nice and light, and it kind of keeps you calms you down a bit. You know?
Yeah,
it's a good bedtime snack. True. You heard it here.
Yeah,
it's I recommend popcorn for bedtime snackage, and just remember to do your dream journal when you wake up the next morning.
Please remember to brush your teeth and floss before you go to sleep, because that popcorn that'll fucking get in there and fuck you up. It's funny you say that. I actually ate 2 bags of popcorns yesterday, and that was like my only meal. I had a slice of pizza at the Sox game, and then I bought some Garrett's popcorn.
Dude, you went to the game. I love that, brother. Yeah. Love the hat. That's sick, dude.
Yeah. And then I ate another thing of popcorn. I went to see the new Wes Anderson movie, and so it was just 2 of my meals yesterday were popcorn.
We poppin'. What can we say, dude? Brush it off.
I did feel a little sick. I'm feeling like I have to tell the audience I was a little ill towards the end of the night, but it wore off. It wore off.
Sometimes the movie theater popcorn, the butter can have that effect.
Butter
like it's a little too much, but like the at-home microwavable popcorn, just
for sure.
Throw it in there. Don't add anything. Put me right 100%. To bed. Works like a charm. Well, anyhow, brother, it's so sick to chop it up with you and all that. I just want to ask once again, as I always do love, and more so love asking the artists that come through onto Full Self. For anyone out there, you know, like that is creative but hasn't like taken a stab yet at like creating anything, or has like maybe wants to even play music, try something out in the creative field and the art field, like, is there any recommendation, any like tips or tools you would send their way?
I mean, aside from just basic advice, that's all I really have to give, is just like you got to be willing to be bad, because you're going to be bad before you're good, you know, and don't feel bad about it. Don't beat yourself up. I think a lot of people quit too soon. They want to play and they want to be great, And that's a great goal, but like you're gonna suck probably for a while, but just keep doing it. It's just all about persistence. Like I'm still not very good, but it's fun to keep going, and every once in a while you make something and you think this is really awesome and I feel good about it, and yeah, just keep playing.
I beg to differ on the skill set. Yo, mad fucking talent, everyone. Old Joy. Again, Alex, such a pleasure to chop it up with you, homie.
Same.
And everyone, links below, check it out. And until you come back through Chicago, maybe I'll come out and hit up Texas, bring my cowboy hat.
Yeah.
We'll see. But until then, thanks everyone for tuning in and listening. And I wish everyone a peaceful rest of the evening and a great rest of the summer week. It's summer out in Chi, and it's getting hot and sweaty. And yes, me and Alex are enjoying hot as ass tea, because we're tea dudes.
Tea heads.
Tea heads. Peace, love, rock and roll. Signing off.
Thanks, man.
Welcome to